Hello, if you like rustic, modern, farmhouse, trash to treasure, thrift flips, and shabby chic decor, this is the channel for you. And hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Donna and I am the Creole Crafter. Today is Collaboration Day. I am participating in a collaboration with Linda over at IB Dowd, my craft sister from another mother. And today we will be working on Trash to Treasure, where we take items that were once trash and we turn them into treasures. We each have to create 3 projects. So when you're done watching mine, go on over to Melinda's channel, and her link to her channel is below in my description box. Go on over and show her some love. Let's get started. DIY number 1. Here's what I have. It's a cardboard container. I had some perfume that came in it. Um, I have some of those bamboo screws from Dollar Tree, and I use apple barrel paint and khaki. I already painted my perfume container with the khaki paint, and now I'm going to take those screws and I'll place it against the container and I'll take my measurements, and then I'm going to be using my miter shears to cut the bamboo screws down to size. I can't remember the total amount that I cut, but what I did was, after I cut them down to size, measured them, and used that one, the first one, and cut them down to that size, I took my finger sander and I sanded down the rough edges where I cut each screw, and I placed it against the container, used some hot glue, just a tiny small bead of hot glue, and I attached it to the container. And what I did next was I took another one that I had cut down. I placed it next to the one that I already had glued, and then I took another one and placed it to that. And I took a pencil and I marked where I wanted that one to be hot glued, because I wanted the same spacing in between the screws. And I'm going to do that all the way around the container. And now that I have it all around, I embellished it, of course. I used some of that baker's went around it twice with that, tied it in a knot. And I have a cross that was one of my mom's. She loved costume jewelry. And I attached that to the baker's twine. And there it is. And I think it came out absolutely adorable. I absolutely love it. Leave me a comment below and let me know what you think of this Trash to Treasure project. DIY number 2. Here's what I have. I have a cardboard tissue paper roll thing that the tissue paper come on, but this is one of like the bigger rolls of tissue paper. I also have the cardboard that was inside of the perfume bottle container that was in DIY number 1, and I have a scrap piece of cardboard, and of course the eyebrow paint and khaki. Now what I did was I just traced around the tissue paper roll onto the cardboard, and I'm going to use my scissors to cut that out. After I had cut it out, what I did next was I took some hot glue and I hot glued it to the tissue paper roll to create a bottom for it. We are creating another planner. And after I had the 2 pieces adhered together, the next thing that I did was I, excuse me, I took that piece that I got out of the perfume bottle container, and I just rolled it around the tissue paper roll, and I measured it. And you're gonna see me do something in a minute that I usually don't do. And I kind of say, well, I better do it this time because this paper keeps rolling up on me, and it was kind of hard to work with. Actually, it was giving me the blues because it kept rolling back up. Yes, I am using measurements. I usually just eyeball stuff. If you've been with me for a minute, you know I don't measure anything. And you can tell because, look, I don't even know how to place the ruler to measure it. But I figure it out. So I took my measurements and I cut it down to the size of the measurements. And you'll see in a minute, it fits perfectly. I did a fantastic job measuring and cutting out. And even after I used the ruler and measured it, look, I'm looking at it like, is this line straight? I still wasn't sure if the line was straight, but I cut it out and look, it fits perfect. And what I do next is I just use some hot glue to attach it to the tissue roll. Okay, and now we're ready to paint our piece. And we're using some of that khaki paint, and we're going to paint the entire thing. After it had been painted and dried, what I did next was I took some greenery picks from Dollar Tree, some of that baker's twine, and I had one of my mom's old earrings that's a cross. I wrapped the twine around it a couple of times, tied the cross to it, but before I tied the cross to it, it was kind of tarnished like. So what I'm going to do is take some of that rubbing buff, the gold antique rubbing buff, and I'm going to put that on the cross, and you'll see that in a minute. And I'm just using my wire cutters to cut the hook off of the earring. And I'm using a Q-tip swab to apply the bobbin rough because I just didn't want it all over my fingers. That stuff is kind of hard to get off your fingers once you get it on there. And after it was dry, I just tied it to the baker's twine, and I cut the excess off because I didn't want it to just excess string to hang that long. And I put the floral foam, cut the floral foam down to size, placed it inside of the planner, and inserted my greenery. And that ruler was right next to me on my workstation, so I just used that to cut the foam with. But there it is, and I think this one came out absolutely beautiful too. And I feel like I have a piece of my mom with me now because these were her jewelry pieces. As I said before, she loved wearing costume jewelry. Okay, DIY number 3. I have this was a shot glass. Now I'm gonna tell you what happened. I lost the footage, and I was recording, and my boyfriend, yes, I have a boyfriend, he called me and it stopped my recording because I was recording with my phone. And when I went back to continue filming, I thought I had recorded where I was, but I didn't. But anyway, all I did was took some of the bamboo screwers and cut them down to size, just like I did in project number one. And I hot glued it all the way around. And when I got to the end, I had to take one of the screwers and use my miter shears to split it in half so it can fit in the little space that was left. And as you can see here, I didn't cut my screws. They all were even. And just a little piece here is what I did with the miter shears, cut it down to fit in that little slot, little area. And I'm using hot glue to fit that in, and I just put it on there and squeezed it in with my fingertips. And like I said, as you can see, if you look at the top of it, my screws are not all even, and I was not happy with that at all. I'm showing you right here where they're just not even. So what I did to remedy that is I took my electric sander and I sanded it down even. And now that it's all sanded down even, and next thing I'm going to do is just take the khaki paint, give it a couple of coats of that, and then I'll embellish it with another one of my mom's cross and a baker's twine and some greenery. And this is so cute. I think it came out so adorable. Leave me a comment below. Let me know what you think, guys. Let me know if you have a favorite. Which one of these Trash to Treasure projects is your favorite? And don't forget, this is a collaboration. Go on over to Melinda's channel and show her some love. And when you get there, tell her that the Creole Crafter said, "What's up, girl?" Here's the final reveal. I absolutely love all three of these, and they all three were made out of cardboard and bamboo screwers, and all three of my mom's crosses, and I absolutely love them. And I hope you like them as much as I do. And these can be placed in any space in your home. I have them right now on a tray that I DIY'd, but they can be placed on shelves, in tables, entryways, any space in your home. And I think they will brighten up any one of those spaces. Okay, let me take this time to thank all my subscribers. Thank you guys so much, and thanks to all my new subscribers. And hello and welcome to the family. And if you're just stopping by today or coming over from Ivy Doll's channel, thank you for watching. And if there's anything in this video that you like, give me a big thumbs up. Also consider subscribing so you too can be a part of my YouTube family. And don't forget the notification bell. And always remember to get lost in what you love. Bye-bye.